We are Stephen and Jill. Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
Hello.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from awesome Scottsdale, Arizona.
Today, Jill and I talk about cool things you find when you dig a little deeper into some of the Land Academy tools.
Yep. Oh, actually, it's dig a little deeper in due diligence. And things like that. So we'll help you.
All week, these are
Jill and Aaron topics.
They're customer service-driven
Yep.
topics that somewhat clearly out of frustration.
Jill and Aaron sat down. Let's truth time it here. Jill and Aaron sat down the other day and said, we're picking the topics this week. And you said, go for it.
Before we
So
get
here
into
we
it,
are.
let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. And speaking of cool things, when you dig a little deeper, join us on Discord. If you're a Land Academy member, it's turning out to be one of the most amazing tools or decisions that we've made. It's really helping a lot of people, me included.
It's like Land Investors. It's another version of a way to get stuff answered really fast.
Yep.
So the only thing that I have to say real quick is the search and the things like that in Discord are not like a website. So I think you should use both. So don't forget landinvestors.com.
For sure.
So, all right. This question and this comment came from Discord. So Miguel wrote, any suggestions as to what I should be doing while waiting on my next mailer to hit? Thanks in advance. This is so funny. You get all excited, the mail goes out, and you're like, now you're just sitting and you're like, should I just sit here and wait and watch the phone to ring? Nope. You should be getting stuff ready to go. You want to talk?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I have a couple of things.
Okay.
But I bet mine are real different from yours.
Well, what's funny, one thing that one person wrote in there, I chimed in, which was right. They're like, yeah, start picking the next county.
That's it.
There we go.
So that's my answer.
Yeah, exactly. Start thinking for the next one, which is true. But the other things you should be doing is making sure you're ready for the calls to come in. Do you know when the calls come in, the questions you're going to ask the sellers? Great. Go get my cheat sheet on Land Investors. Print that out. Have a couple copies on your desk, maybe 10, maybe 50. I don't know. So when the calls come in, you right away can grab that sheet and go, all right, I know exactly what to ask this person when they call. Also, how is it going to flow? Where are you going to put all the information? Do you have a spreadsheet set up? Even just starting there, I would definitely just start with a great spreadsheet. Take the information that's on my cheat sheet. It's if you go to Land Investors and scroll down on the left, it says Jill's inbound seller checklist, something like that. Take those columns and make a spreadsheet with all of the state, county, APN, because once you get all that stuff on the sheet, you need to put it into your spreadsheet so you could start the process here of going through all the properties. What's going to be next? Doing your due diligence. What's going to be next? Buying the property. What's going to be next? Posting the property. What's going to be next? Selling the property. So think ahead about the process of everything that you're going to do here and start building out your sheet and the columns. Think about, the area that you sent, by the way. You were searching for 5-acre properties in Northern California, whatever it was, whatever county. Let's start thinking ahead and calling around that area, finding photographers, finding drone guys. You're going to need that next. Someone that you're like, you may do it before you even buy it. Start getting some photos and things to get eyes on it. Line up those guys, get the calls. How about title companies? Think about who you're going to use when you close a deal. Maybe you're going to go through title and do all that. So start calling around, seeing who's available, find someone that you connect with, how much they're going to charge, that kind of a thing. You want to add some more?
Set up your file sharing system because your chances are if you're brand new, it's your first mailer. That's probably why you're asking this, Miguel.
Yeah.
Set up your file sharing system. I would recommend using Google Drive in the beginning because it's free. Mm-hmm. And at some point, you're going to get so busy that you're going to have to hire VAs or something so that you can share the files with them so you can get that going. And I can't express this enough. Learn Outlook. Mm-hmm. Learn how to empty your mailbox out at the end of your workday every day and schedule things out in their calendar for you to do at the same time every single week or day.
It's great.
Jill always uses the example of Deed Thursday. We used to have Deed Thursday, and so we would do all the paperwork and all the county stuff and
All the signings.
yeah, notaries and things like that. Most of the properties we buy now are through title, so we don't have Deed Thursday anymore, but it still comes up.
I still do, because even though I'm closing with a notary, I'm not there. I'm not going, or closing through title. I'm not going to title company to sign the paperwork. Heck no. They're sending a mobile notary to me. So it still kind of happens. Still kind of do a Deed Thursday.
In short, get organized. And it's easier said than done.
Right. And then, and you could just keep on following the process. Now, while your mailer hits, now I bought them. Now I'm in escrow. What am I doing now? You need to be thinking the next phase. The next phase is posting the property. And just keep on doing that.
Later this week, we're doing a show, I'm paraphrasing, called some version of You Got to Answer Your Phone.
Yeah.
For this business to work, so if you're like me and you're not, that's not your thing.
Yeah.
It's like it's Jill's thing, clearly, but it's not my thing. You got to figure that out. So what you don't want is to answer 40 phone calls, get burned out, and then not be a real estate investor anymore because you hate that part of the business. I'm talking about myself now. So you either get find yourself, just you got to get over it.
Yeah. Thank you.
and then eventually get somebody to do it if you're like me.
Cool.
Today's topic, cool things you find when you dig a little deeper. This is the meat of the show.
Okay, so here's what Aaron and I were talking about with this. Aaron
is the person who runs Land Academy for us.
So Stephen and I, on our Thursday member calls / webinar, we do these every week. So popular, so fun. Anyway, we're often doing Would You Do This Deal? And what's interesting is it's basically a quick 5-minute, our level 1 due diligence on somebody else's property to see if we would buy it. And there's things that if you dig just a little bit deeper, you uncover really quickly that are either going to, say, wow, we got to buy this. I had no idea. Look at what I just found. I don't even know if the seller knows this. Or B, going, whoops, we need to back off because I don't know if we want the property now. Look at this problem we just uncovered. So what the heck am I talking about? So property comes in. First thing I usually do, throw it into Neighbor Scoop. I'm looking at it visually. I'm looking at access. And then I open up the property details and I scroll all the way down. So when I talk about dig a little deeper too, don't just go, right seller, right size, close it up. Dig a little deeper. What's the zoning? Oh, that's interesting. R8. Wonder what that means. Or, GR, general rule. You'll find all kinds of weird things like, wonder what that means. And I'm going to take it to the next level. Also digging down, you might find some mortgage information or sales information like, oh, that's how long they owned it and that's how much they paid. All right, that's interesting. That makes a difference here. It may be really high, it may be really low. It's worth, mentally noting. And then keep on going down like, wait a minute, that says square footage. Was there a house there? Hold on a moment. Is there still a house there? There's some square footage and some details here. And then even down further, you're going to see legal description. And you'd be surprised what might be in there. Here's an example of a thing that you don't want to find, but if you see it, you're going to be like, whoop. It might be partial interest. Like, whoa, now I need to know. Now I know the guy may not own 100%. Where's the other guy? Kind of thing. Or weird, it doesn't happen often, but you see weird things once in a while. Like the county made a note to themselves and they threw it in the legal description like this is never going to be built upon because it's a sewage dump or something like that. It's a rain runoff or something.
Drainage.
Yeah, we've seen things. So that's part of where I want you to go.
Sewage dump.
So, I don't know. I'm just thinking anyway. But, so that's one thing I want you to consider. Do you mind if I keep going?
No, I think
okay.
I'm learning some stuff here.
Okay. So that's what we do there. Okay, I've got them. And I turn on the FEMA flood map, by the way. So I dig a little deeper. Now, all right.
Did you ate your Wheaties this morning?
I did eat my Wheaties this morning. Then, okay, I've exhausted all that. I feel good about it. Looked at all the different overlays. Don't forget, you have 5 different overlays that you can look at on there. Now I'm going to throw it into, I'm going to hit with one button. I can put it in Google Earth Pro. So it picks up my whole property outline and it puts it into Google Earth. Now I'm looking at it in Google Earth. So, and don't just say, well, yep, I see the road, I see this, that. There's a couple things that you could do, like go back in time. This is one of the things I love. Steven does this all the time. This is his thing. Go back in time and look at old photos. Look, that looks like it might have been a fire. Oh my gosh, once upon a time ago, it might have been farmed. Oh my goodness, it looks like there was a cabin back in the 80s. Maybe there's still a pad there. Maybe there's still some, utilities out there. Wow. So that's some just stuff that you might find. Another one is, elevation. Sometimes it's hard to tell. You could, on Google Earth Pro, dig a little deeper. You can put a man on the road, get a visual sometimes. You can turn the axis and the tilt so you can kind of see, whoops, it looks like there's a dip here. I need to make sure. And then there's a tool that you love where you can kind of draw a line at the top to the bottom and get the percentage of the grade of the elevation and really get a feel for what's going on. Again, dig a little deeper.
Google adds features to Google Earth all the time in a very quiet way. So what you want to do is go onto YouTube or maybe Google itself, but YouTube is a great place to go look at some of these hidden features on Google Earth. Google Earth is an amazing tool. I remember when it came out. It used to be called Keyhole before they bought it. And it changed real estate and real estate investing for the better forever. When that came out, I could stop traveling. I stopped going to look at these properties and stopped spending so much time in the field.
Heck, even when you travel, like I'm going to look at, like you can go do right now, if you're thinking, I think I want to go to vacation in Barbados. Let's drive down, St. Andrews Gap or whatever that is. And you could do a little Google Earth, flyover yourself right now and say, oh, that looks fun. Look at these restaurants and look at the beach right there.
There's a flight simulator in Google Earth where you can fly a military jet, through the Grand Canyon and stuff.
That's cool.
There's a lot of features that are a lot of fun.
Okay, so dig a little deeper does not mean come up with a game and come out 2 hours later. It's not where I was going with this, but thanks.
Yeah, when you're waiting for your next mailer to hit,
start playing games.
Go get yourself an Xbox.
Yeah. Not what I meant. All right, I have two more things I was going to say. One is, or really just one more. Well, it's like now also we have a lot of tools that we provide to members, and you don't have to be a member. Go just know what's out there. Data Tree is a great one that we love now. It's First American Title's product, and within there I can pull all kinds of reports, and I'm talking not just property reports, lien reports. Interesting thing. And then with Flex Search, I can go and really put in property information, owner information, and look for easements and other important things like that. And so don't spend a day on this, but this is just stuff I want you to know. Dig a little deeper when you're doing your 5-minute due diligence, right? Your 5, or for you maybe it's 30 minutes. That's okay because you're new. You will get faster, and then you're going to make some decisions right away. If I need to take it to the next level, you might find a flaw and this will save you. And you're not going to go, great, I wasted a day on it. That's the whole point here. Your level 1 due diligence is to say, yep, now I'm going to take it to the next level and then, try to find a problem, basically. And then if I don't find a problem, now I know I'm buying it.
There's never a point, and I don't think in life, where you stop learning. And so that's what this topic is all about. Really dig deep into some of the tools that you have that are available. Both the Neighbor Scoop and,
Title Pro?
Title Pro is there's amazing, you can get vesting deeds for just about every property out there. You can
even back before vesting deeds.
Become a kitchen table title expert in probably a week if you really study it and go through all the training on Title Pro. And you can pull chains of titles. There's documents. There's a relationship between paper and real estate. And now, not even 5 to 8 years ago, you'd have to go to the county to get all these documents. Yeah. Title Pro and Data Tree have made these products now, which you, as a member of Land Academy, you get all these things. That make it amazingly efficient to do a desk audit on whether or not you should buy a property, when you're good at it in less than 30 minutes.
Awesome. Happy you could join us today. 5 days a week, you can find us right here on the Land Academy Show.
Tomorrow, the episode on the Land Academy Show is called We Answer the Same 10 Questions. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
So tomorrow could be kind of a rant. I don't mean it to be a rant. I want to share some stuff.
Ever since we started Land Academy, I always think back to my 8th grade history teacher. And he was probably 2 years away from retirement and just done answering any questions. He's been teaching the same history for 30 or 40 years, and he's done. So we're about 6 years into this now. And I have a newfound respect for him.
Oh, that's good. Okay, if you need any sort of ownership information or property details, including owner phone numbers and FEMA flood map overlays, check out neighborscoop.com. Created by investors, that's us, for investors like you. We are Steve and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you found our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.